the no makeup look are the most difficult.
So you have worked with some fabulous celebrities.
My first client was Karl Wolf.
Oh!
I think I do have a fear of failure.
What advice would you give yourself?
Allow yourself to get help. I thought it made me weak.
Welcome to Haute Conversations, where the worlds of entrepreneurship, introspection, and culture converge. Created and produced by the innovative Yaga and Patrick at Unique Productions, this season promises to delve deeper into the stories of visionaries and trailblazers. Hosted by Paulina Miel, guiding us through engaging dialogues that spark inspiration and foster creativity, this season is filled with thought-provoking conversations and insights that challenge the norm and celebrate the art of innovation.
I actually got into a really abusive relationship.
It's really hard to keep yourself safe.
I locked myself in the bathroom and I'm like sobbing and texting people.
What are the tricks that you could teach people now?
I think one of my favorite new tricks is
Welcome back to another episode of Haute Conversations. I'm your host, Paulina Miel, and today we dive into the world of natural beauty and entrepreneurship with a twist of sarcasm and humor. My guest is the fabulous Victoria Monroe, makeup artist whose brushes have graced the faces of some of our favorite celebrities. Victoria, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me about your journey and how you reached where you are today as far as beauty and all the secrets that go along with it.
I actually started out as an esthetician. I worked in this little salon in a small town. It was in the West Island of Montreal. One day I went into work and the owner looked at me and he was like, "Ew, your makeup looks terrible."
Okay, so you had absolutely no interest as far as makeup at that point.
No, not really. But when he said that, it kind of just hurt my feelings. And after work, I got home, I got on YouTube, and I just started researching and learning. And I started going into work with different kinds of makeup every day, just trying to find like something that made me feel confident.
Mm-hmm.
And I would practice on friends. Actually, one of my hairdresser friends, she was auditioning for a music video.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me like, "Hey, since you love makeup so much, you should try." And I said,
of course.
I said, "Okay." And out of everyone who applied, I got the contract. So I kind of I stayed really late on that set and I made fast friends with the production team.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just...
At that point, did you know that, going into the makeup industry would be your niche? Like that was your passion at that point?
I was surprised about how fun it was. It was really exciting. I mean, I got to meet artists and influencers. Like back when I was starting, that was kind of like the popular thing.
Yes, of course.
So it was more exciting back then.
Yeah.
And it was always like different sets and I got to travel a little bit. I think I went to New York for for a photo shoot. So it was just always different and fun.
Okay. And then this is all in Montreal. And then when did you switch or where did you come to Toronto?
I came here like 5 years ago.
Okay. And why did you decide to make that move?
I actually got into a really abusive relationship.
Okay.
And it took a really bad turn. So I kind of just grabbed whatever I had on me. I got in my car and I ran away.
I can relate. I can absolutely relate. Like a lot of us go through these things. And I feel like now it's more of an open conversation where back in the day that wasn't the case.
No, I never wanted to talk about it because I didn't want to come across as like weak.
Yeah.
You never think it would happen to you until it does.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And so you got away. Thank goodness. And you started your life as now officially a makeup artist in Toronto.
Yeah.
So how did that start?
I came here. I didn't really have many clients. My first client was Karl Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there something, because I know he's very colorful.
Yeah.
So what was some of the requests that he had as far as makeup?
He was so nice, first of all.
Yeah.
Like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah. His energy is everything.
Yeah. He was very polite. He was not demanding at all. He just didn't want to look too shiny like anyone on camera.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't know actually that the natural look is probably the most difficult.
Oh my gosh.
Or correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't get me started. I feel like the clients that want the no makeup look are the most difficult. It's because you're so picky with what kind of natural. Like if you tell me you want a natural look. Some people, their definition of natural is a soft glam, which is almost a full glam. And then some people just don't like makeup. It's like they're very particular in what they want to enhance.
Yeah.
Which might be a complete different idea of what I think.
Is there a particular trend that you are glad to be gone as far as makeup?
I think the huge lashes and like the big eyeshadow, like 2016.
Yes.
I'm really happy that's done.
And then what's a trend that you foresee in the near future that you really love to implement on your own clientele?
I think we're going to see a lot of like muted colors. So
and
like,
that's for 2025.
Yeah, I feel like we did the whole soft glam and like we want a little bit of something different, but nothing so drastic like 2016. I think you want some like a muted toned down mauve or like, you know what I mean? Like just like a dash of color, but very toned down.
Is there something that you're working on in the near future? Like having a brief conversation before we started, and I mentioned that my mom back in the day bought this fabulous book by Kevin O'Coin, who is an incredible makeup artist.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you're potentially working on something. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I would love to start teaching. I've done a lot of one-on-ones recently, so I think I'm starting to get the gist of what most people are wanting to learn. So I would love to have a bigger group and just teach and do some master classes. I have like an ebook that I'm working on.
Okay.
And then for people who want to be makeup artists, I'm going to put up my bridal contract that they can just get for themselves. I want to show people how to structure themselves as a makeup artist because I think makeup artists tend to be very creative people.
And I feel like they're artists. Like really, you have to look at a face. And in order to emphasize your natural beauty, you really have to grasp what needs to be done to beautify that person and enhance those features.
And I think what people don't realize about the industry is that if you want to be a makeup artist, you also have to have the business. It's everything, right?
Yeah, which is the entrepreneur side to your story.
Yeah.
How do you juggle that on a day-to-day from, being the makeup artist and then work, scheduling, taxes, like all that fun stuff.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff as a businesswoman, right? So what's your day-to-day like as far as work?
It's really hectic.
Are you like hustling to get out there?
You have to do everything, right?
Yeah.
It's the content, it's the artistry, it's the follow-ups, it's the emails, it's the texts, it's everything. I actually for a long time did not have the business side down, but I was really good at what I did and I was really good at networking. And I was really good with people. So that helped me for a long time. But see, if I was starting again, I wish I had somebody to just show me the structure and show me how to structure myself and brand myself from the beginning because I kind of just figured it out and made so many mistakes. I noticed last year that I was late for a few appointments and I just restructured. Like I had to add more time in between clients and I'm now charging a little bit more because of that because you have to balance that. It is a luxury getting your makeup done, right?
So you have worked with some fabulous celebrities. Do you have any tea to spill as far as any encounters?
Oh my gosh, I can't talk about my clients. Nobody will hire me again.
Well, no, you don't have to tell the name. No, we don't have to mention their name. But I mean, only if you want to.
You know what? I did have one really bad encounter. I'm not going to say who, but I think she just decided from the start that she didn't like me. So there was nothing that I could do to please her.
Right.
And she kind of just like got up and made this huge scene and like didn't let me finish. So it was impossible to work with someone like that.
Okay, well, sometimes it's just an insecurity, unfortunately. So you deal, like you said, with a lot of brides, with a lot of different type of clientele. What are some of the horror stories that you could share with us? Or potentially, like, how do you deal with a difficult client?
I've been pretty lucky in terms of difficult clients. I feel like I always kind of figure it out. They know what they like on themselves, so they are right. If there's something that they don't like, I just fix it until they like it. If I'm not understanding what they're wanting, we go over pictures because sometimes our definitions of things are different.
Yeah, of course.
So, and people are more visual, so it does help. I think that's pretty much my trick. I did have like a pretty bad story. Like the first wedding I've ever done, I hired another makeup artist to come on board with me, and he put so much blush on one of the bridesmaids. Like she was red,
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I don't like it. Can you tone it down? And he started arguing with her. So that was pretty stressful. I had to just tell him to leave.
So how does that work in those scenarios where like the one person who's actually working on the bride says, listen, like I got this, it's on me, like
Yeah.
don't touch anybody,
Well,
including my bride?
it was my contract. So if I wanted him to leave, it was fine.
Yeah.
That was kind of the agreement. So I just told him, like, it's not working out. Thank you so much. I paid him anyways. And I just fixed it myself. I think one of the craziest ones, I got hired to do makeup for like 10 girls in this mansion.
Yeah.
Me, I'm all excited. I'm thinking I'm going to make such good money.
Yeah, of course. Big bucks, 10 people, 10
and
girls.
I don't have to travel around. Like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there. I'm doing everybody's makeup. I get to the last person and I'm like wrapping up my stuff. And I can hear moaning in the other room. And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't realize it was that kind of OnlyFans shoot.
Oh,
So
all right.
I
And
started
here I am
panicking.
thinking it's like OnlyFans. It's all about the toes, but not in this case.
I start panicking. I'm throwing my makeup in places it doesn't belong. I'm just like, get me out of here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to leave and open the door, and the videographer's like, wait, you can't open the door because then we're going to have to start filming again.
Okay.
I literally had
So you're stuck?
I literally had to stand there and wait for like 10 girls to finish.
So this is where like the fans only situation. Now we get the tea as far as fans only because a lot of people don't really know.
So now if anybody says that, I ask way more information.
Yeah, of course.
And I also kind of like pivoted more into bridal. I think that's more my...
Little safer.
A little safer.
And a lot more prettier.
Yeah. When I was 18, this guy lied to me. He was like, oh, I have this huge contract for you. Like, he started naming these big names in the city. When I was 18, I wasn't making that much money, and it was like a larger amount. So I was very excited. He drove me there and then got like a hotel. And I thought I was going to have my own place, and I didn't. And I just started like realizing what he was doing. Like, he lied to me about the whole thing. And I started like, I lost myself in the bathroom, and I'm like sobbing, and I'm like texting people if they can send me a taxi because I couldn't afford to like get all the way back.
Whatever industry you're in, it's really hard to keep yourself safe unless you have someone there with you to protect you. But it's good that, you know, you've come out of all these scenarios unscathed, and you have just some great stories to tell. Looking at everything that you have experienced from Montreal to Toronto, what do you see for yourself in the near future?
I want to do more master classes. I think even teaching online on Zoom, like I've had some requests to do like one-on-one on Zoom. I think that would be great. I want to start selling that ebook, and whatever could bring value to other people is what I want to do.
What about certain techniques that are very much about you? Like it's your own technique in doing a certain look. Like, have you developed that yet? Or is it just...
I feel like I'm not so big into making someone look like a different person. I've had my own insecurities when I was younger. So I kind of learned how to enhance certain features just with lashes or just with shadow, and like make your eyes a little bit longer, stuff like that. I would say more soft glams would be in my niche.
What are the kind of small tricks that you could teach people now? You know, where it's not an expert look, it's not a masterclass that they follow. It's just something like a basic little tweak that we all can do to make ourselves look better.
It's really hard to say. Everybody's so different, like has different features. I would say like certain products you should definitely invest in, like your foundation, lashes, lips. You know, some things you can kind of get away with drugstore stuff, like eyeshadows or some blushes are really great from there.
Yeah.
So I think if you're starting in makeup, like know what you should invest in and what you can like forego for a little bit. What's your favorite makeup product to...
I've actually stuck to the same formula for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, completely. So I'm not big on change.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever works.
Yeah.
But if I had a makeup artist close to me like yourself, then it would be very much a different story, because I'm sure you can make me look a little bit better.
Well, I would love to do your makeup one day.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for that. All right, Victoria, it's time to do a Haute run of questions. So, guilty pleasure.
Oh my gosh. Shopping.
That's okay. I get that. That's
Yeah.
that's a great stress reliever.
It's an addiction.
The thing you look most forward to at the end of a very long workday.
I just want to cuddle
Okay, and by
and have some
cuddling,
wine.
cuddle a person, cuddle a
Yeah,
pet.
with my boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Very nice, very nice. What do you do to recharge?
I like going out to restaurants. I'm not really a clubbing person at all. I should probably get more time to recharge.
Vacation is always a good start.
Yeah, that would be great.
Favorite word?
Yes.
Okay. Cringe-worthy word or characteristic?
Word would be no.
Yes and no.
Charac-
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like yes, positive, no, not.
I don't like when people tell me no. Characteristics that I don't like in someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like people with poor character.
Overall,
Yeah.
just like negativity.
No, just weak.
No, it's hard. I get that. It's really hard to work with people like that, especially if you are so close to them doing their phase. And
Oh, for clients, I think I just
Yeah.
meant in regular life.
Mhm.
For clients, I guess picky.
Okay, beverage of choice.
Champagne.
Very nice bubbles, always. Favorite person and why?
I would say my mom.
Mm-hmm. Simply
Um,
because she's your mom, of course.
Sure. I also think she's so strong, and I don't know anyone that has a stronger character than her and that always does the right thing.
Mhm. Biggest fear and what you have done to overcome it.
You know what? I think I do have a fear of failure.
Is there something that perhaps you have implemented to try to overcome that fear?
Just more throwing myself into what scares me.
Mhm.
So I think the more you do something, the more competent you become, and then the more confident you are.
What advice would you give yourself at a younger age?
Allow yourself to get help. I should have asked like other makeup artists to help me. I should have been more receptive to help, but I didn't want anyone's help.
Okay, you just wanted to do everything on your own.
I thought I had this down.
Okay.
And that, yeah.
And
I
it's
was-
okay. People need to definitely learn that. Like, ask for
Yeah.
help if you need it. It's okay. It just
Yeah.
makes you a better person.
I thought it made me weak.
I know people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Favorite place in the world thus far?
I thought Turks and Caicos was beautiful.
I was just there for a wedding.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, it's
the
beautiful,
water's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Bucket list place that you haven't been to yet.
I want to go to Tokyo.
Japan is amazing.
It looks so beautiful. Yeah.
What have you let go from the last year, and what do you look forward to in the next year ahead? And what do you have let go in the last year? Could be a word, a person, anything.
I'll say last year I found God.
Okay.
So I think moving forward, I feel like a different person.
Do you think spirituality has influenced the way you work? Like it has moved you into the right direction? Do you feel more confident?
I think
having...
it influenced my integrity a lot.
And what about moving forward into the new year? Like what do you look most forward to?
Teaching. I really just want to help like the younger me's, you know? Just figure it out sooner.
Is there anything that you want to share with the viewers and listeners as far as, certain techniques that you think more and more women should implement as far as their makeup or overall, everybody?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite new tricks is anyone who has a little bit of wrinkles underneath. I found this new product. It's like an oil-infused serum. Whenever I apply my concealer on my clients and I see some creases, I put it into the concealer and it almost like makes the wrinkles completely dissipate.
Okay, so
So
that's
I
kind of
love-
like the trick of the trade for now.
That's my favorite thing right now.
So there's one piece of advice I would love to leave you with. So there is this book of birthdays. It's a special book of birthdays. I actually got it like 20 years ago, and I would look up anyone who I've ever met for the first time to kind of get an idea of what their personality, characteristics, and all that jazz. And it's pretty specific as far as your birthday. And I know you're November 15th.
Yes.
Which is a Scorpio. Ooh,
Yeah.
yes. Fiery sign, that's for sure. And the piece of advice is this. So this is very specifically to you and also to the viewers and listeners out there. If you are born on November 15th, this is for you as well. Advice. Psychological training is important to you. Reorient your aggressive impulses or fears. See, try not to become threatened so easily. Be more self-assured. Gentleness and kindness may be indications of strength. Yeah. So take that as a piece of advice before you go today.
That's really cute.
Yeah. Thank you, Victoria, for being here. You've been a wonderful, pleasant guest. So thank you so much for sharing your stories.
Thank you.
And to our viewers and listeners, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can share the journeys and life lessons of more inspirational guests. Sending love and light to you all. Until next time, stay haute.